The cat found the daughter abandoned in the old house, but he did something warming. An amazing story about the abandoned girl met a friend who helped her a lot and became her best friend. Cats have different ways of communicating with other cats and with humans. Cats communicate vocally and with their bodies and behavior. Here we can note that little animal helped this hopeless girl who lost her pet. However, when she was out, this cat, which looked like her pet, helped her. Erica was the most beautiful young woman in the village, and although all the village youth wanted to marry her, she fell in love with a young farmer from a poor family who loved him so much they agreed to marry. The young woman lived with her parents in a beautiful country house in the village. Her dream was to become a professional dance teacher and leave with her husband for the city to open a dance school there. Erica kept going out with her lover Boris, always, and with the passage of time the young man proposed to her. She was very happy as she told her parents, and she waits her wedding with the young man she loves. Erica and her husband Boris had a beautiful wedding for most of the villagers. After the wedding ceremony ended, everyone thought that the couple would leave the village immediately, but they decided to stay in the village more time, because Boris had to travel to St. Petersburg in northern Russia. In the army, he was accepted a week after his marriage. Boris wanted to take her, but he found that it was too early and he didn't even have the money to pay the rent. The young man traveled and left Erica with her parents, at which point the young woman decided to open a small ballroom there and teach the little children to dance. The young woman discovered that she was pregnant, which made her and her parents very happy, as well as her husband, who later learned the news. After Erica's second ultrasound, she discovered that she was pregnant with twins, a male and a female, at the village clinic. The young woman was given birth and her parents helped her to receive their first grandchild, because Erica is their only daughter. When the time came to give birth to two babies, the parents took their daughter to the clinic and stayed with her there, till she gave birth to two very beautiful babies, whose eyes were blue and their blonde-haired person. So the boy looked like his father, while the girl looked like her mother. Everyone was happy, but after Erica returned home with the two babies, the grandfather and grandmother noticed that their female granddaughter was not feeling well because her movements were strange, while her brother was in a normal condition and moved freely. Anna was unable to speak and was unable to move her feet. The mother was very disappointed when she learned about her daughter's health condition. She decided to leave her with her grandmother. She was unable to speak. When Maria was taking her granddaughter to the dance floor, she noticed that she was imitating her in everything she did. She was showing great ability to dance, even though it was only 12 months after her birth. With the passage of time, the grandmother became dancing, turning the music on her own and starting to dance. The poor girl was shown great skill in imitating the movements that she watches, and the ones she watches on TV as well. Grandma loved Anna very much and spent most of her time with her. She was well aware that she was very smart and talented. The grandmother would take her two grandsons with her to the woods when the weather was nice. She was dazzled when she saw her granddaughter make some beautiful movements in the midst of nature, collect flowers, play with her brother. Even though she is deaf, whoever looks at her thinks she is hearing everything. The grandmother taught Anna and her twin brother how to collect forest fruits, how to find mushrooms in the forest. She also trained them well to fish with a hook, because she was good at doing so. One day, the grandmother went to the woods with Anna only because her brother Victor refused to go that day with them. While the grandmother was gathering the fruits from the ground and putting them in the basket, her granddaughter noticed a small cat walking on the ground. When she went running towards it to catch it, but the cat ran away. The girl kept following in the woods without the grandmother noticing, and when the grandmother turned around, she did not find her granddaughter. Grandma went to find the little one, and after a long search, she found her near the river while she was sitting near a little cat. The grandmother was surprised and called out to her granddaughter, but she could not hear. The grandmother had to approach the animal to save her granddaughter, but it became clear to her that her granddaughter was enjoying her time with her little animal, who looked like her late pet, and caressing him, while the animal was licking her and playing with her. Grandmother found that the bear was cute and cheerful and showed no aggressive movement. Grandmother had never noticed her granddaughter as happy as the movement she was with the cat. After the grandmother and her granddaughter had a great time with the cat, she was only afraid from his mother's paw. They returned home. Next day, Anna insisted on returning to meet the animal. The grandmother took her granddaughter every day to the forest to meet the bear and play with him there. She made sure that someone knew. Grandmother noticed that Anna does not have friends because everyone refuses to play with her because she's deaf. and she was happy with her granddaughter finally found a friend to make her happy and make her enjoy. Over time, the grandmother told her husband what was happening and offered him to bring the little cat into the house because she noticed that the granddaughter's mood improved greatly during the period when she met the bear. After the grandfather made sure that the little cat was peaceful and cute, he built a small hut out of wood in the garden of the house. Grandmother and Anna went and brought him there. Anna was so happy that the little cat could come to live with her, as she always wanted to the hut, and she slept with him and offered her food and drink. Erica discovered her daughter's relationship with the animal was pretty good and don't care so much. The whole family has come to love the little cat, playing with him and laughing with him. One day, Anna brought the little cat home with her and turned on the music and started to dance. And the cat started moving too. Everyone in the house went out and was amazed after seeing such a beautiful show. The granddaughter and the cat were in perfect harmony. Their movements were symmetrical, which made the show so spectacular. A month later, the little cat left again to the woods and did not appear again, because apparently he could not stay locked inside the hut and he wanted to be free. Anna felt so sad with her best friend, and she was sad all the time. She was always sitting at the door of the house and waiting for him. One day, the girl went out early to search her pet, and after hours of searching, she found it with a group of lynx. The little girl tried to approach the cat, then they attacked her. The cat soon discovered that she was his ex-friend, and he kept caressing her with his head and then followed her into the forest. Anna came home with the cat again, as the animal wanted to get to the house and then return to the forest. In addition, when they approached the house, they noticed smoke emanating from the house. Then the girl ran, the cat followed her. When they arrived at the house, they found that Mother, Erica, was able to leave the house and survived, while the grandfather and grandmother remained stuck in their room inside. The villagers tried to enter the house to save Grandpa and Grandma, but the flames were burning and glowing. Meanwhile, the cat ran into the house and Anna followed him. Firefighters tried to catch the girl and prevent her from entering, but she escaped, caught up with the cat. And moments later, the cat opened the door, led the men to the grandmother, while Anna clung to his feet. The girl did not suffer any burns, which is the miracle that astonished everyone, while the grandmother immediately taken to the hospital. Grandfather died inside the room after surrounded by fire from everywhere. Anna remained sitting near the cat, and when her mother approached her, another miracle happened. Meanwhile, the girl began to hear her mother's words and respond to her, which shocked everyone. Anna had regained her hearing and enrolled in a dance school in the neighboring city. A year later, she received a scholarship, while her grandmother encouraged and supported her becoming a professional vet in the future to save more animals.